For inquiry 10.1, our lab is called Feeling the Pressure. Our question for this lab says, do narrowed or hardened arteries place a burden on the heart? So think about in real life situations, sometimes you've heard of people who have clogged arteries or have narrowed or hardened arteries because of plaque buildup in the arteries. And so if that occurs to us, then how is that going to place a burden on our heart? How is it going to affect how the heart works, how the heart beats, how the heart pump works? So for your hypothesis, if arteries are narrowed or hardened, then blank. So finish filling in the hypothesis with your guess about what you think will happen if arteries are narrowed or hardened. The materials for this lab are found on page 121 in the Respiration and Circulation book. The procedures are found on page 123 to 125. And for our data in class, we're going to have 3 different people try this out. For those of you that are doing this virtually, you'll just watch a video clip and you will get your data. So you can just put your data on the average line. But we're going to do a trial with no stopper in the same apparatus that we used in Inquiry 8.1, the siphon pumps. We're going to have a stopper with a large hole for trial 2 and a stopper with a small hole for trial 3. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so as you watch these video clips, each one is going to be about 30 seconds long. When they start pumping, you need to count how many pumps can be made within the 30 seconds. We're going to look at each scenario, and you're going to count the number of pumps or squeezes on the bulb. Now, in this first one, there is no blockage, so there is no stopper plugging up the flexible end of the tube. So let's take a look, and remember to count how many pumps or how many squeezes that are made within the 30 seconds. Okay, there they're showing you there's no stopper there. Now, as soon as they start squeezing, start counting the squeezes. Okay, there was not much resistance there. It all flowed through fairly easily. Okay, next we're going to look at the first blockage, which is going to be represented by a stopper with a large opening. And remember, again, this time you're going to count the number of squeezes. Okay, here they're showing you that this has a, oh, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I don't know how it keeps switching there. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. They have the stopper with the large hole. So a little bit of blockage, but not completely blocked. Okay, count the number of squeezes. As you can see, there's a little more resistance. It takes a little longer. The heart's having to work a little harder. Okay, and write the number of squeezes down. And then let's look at our last example, which our blockage now is caused by a stopper with a small opening. And as you can see, they're showing you the small opening. There you go, you can see it right there. Now this would be an artery that is very clogged, not completely blocked, but nearly. And you can see it's even harder for them to squeeze the bulb. It takes longer. Remember to be counting the squeezes. Okay, Okay, they didn't get as many squeezes off within that 30-second time period, did they? All right, let's take a look at our data. So write down how many squeezes there were with no stopper, write down how many squeezes there were with the stopper with the large hole, and write down how many squeezes there were for the stopper with the small hole. Okay? For your analysis, this time I've given you some space here. You're going to have to go to the respiration and circulation book, which is the book with the scuba diver on the front. Turn to page 124, 125, which are the book pages. So remember on the blue slider, it's about 15 pages off. So about page 139 or so on the blue slider. But you're going to look for page 124, 125 of the book pages, number 7, and letters A through F. You're going to answer all of those right here. Okay, and then for your vocabulary, you have a few vocabulary words. You can look those up in the glossary in the back of your AMSTI book, or you can also use the Chemi Dictionary. If you can't find it in those two sources, then of course you can Google your definitions, but I would prefer that you use the book or the Chemi Dictionary first. And make sure that whatever definitions you use, like for example plaque, there's more than one meaning of plaque. Make sure you're talking about the plaque that refers to the buildup of material in the arteries of your body. And then before you write your conclusion, read page 126 and 127. And when you write your conclusion, provide some evidence from the article about how our heart meets resistance and how clogged arteries, hypertension, plaque, and so forth can affect your heart. Again, just like always, if you have any questions or have any problems, contact me and I'll be glad to help you. I hope you have a great day.